Welcome back to Forgotten Classics, where we recreate famous dishes from the past. So I would definitely put Steak Diane in my top 5 classic steakhouse dishes. There is no time to waste, my friends. Now let's go! Well, my friends, I have arrived here in Austin, Texas. I am thrilled to be here. I've already eaten a lot of tacos. The new kitchen is amazing and it is specced for YouTube. I cannot wait to show you all the amazing series we have coming your way. You know, cooking is a lot more fun if you do a little prep beforehand, so that is exactly what we're gonna do right now, starting with some shallots. So just a couple medium shallots here. Just gonna top and tail them, slice these in half, peel a nice little julienne. For the mushrooms today, I'm using blue oyster mushrooms. You do not need to use these kind of mushrooms. Regular old button mushrooms will do, but you can use whatever kind of mushroom you want, so that's fine too. With oyster mushrooms, and a lot of different kinds of mushrooms, instead of cutting them up, it can be really nice just to tear them into smaller pieces. Like this one, for instance, I'm just gonna split it in half, and that is prepped and ready to go. And just work your way through all these mushrooms, tearing them into similar sized pieces, and we're good to go. All right, here I've just got a couple cloves of garlic. Definitely my favorite way to peel garlic. Boom, quick little smash. You hold this little tip and it should just fall right out like that. And then I'm just gonna rough chop this garlic, however you wanna do it. The best way I found to do chives is to take a damp paper towel and we're just gonna fold it up a bunch of times, maybe one more, like so. Take your chives, tap them down, them on that paper towel, and then just roll that up nicely, firm, not too tight. And that is just gonna hold all your chives together nicely. And from there, we'll just slice thinly once this way. Sharp knife is clutch here if you don't wanna bruise the chives. And another benefit of doing this, I don't have a lot of chives here, but I don't like wasting, so I'm not gonna throw them away. These will last so long in a Ziploc bag with that little hydrated piece of paper towel. Just stick them in the fridge, and they'll be good for like another week for real. Next up, just a little bit of fresh thyme. This is kind of optional. I like it here, but if you don't like it, you can leave it out. You wanna count about 1, 2, 3 leaves down, and then pinch it there, and with the other hand, just pull down like so, and you'll strip it off. And so we'll go through all our little thyme here and just strip it out. Simple as that. Next up, a little Italian parsley. We're just gonna strip it. We're gonna slice it up real fine. This is gonna go into the sauce last minute. All you wanna do is just pick these leaves. And with a lot of these soft herbs, what I like to do is just kind of ball it up, right? I'm just rolling it over itself, trying to make a little compact package like this, and then we can just start from one end. And I just want to slice this once. I might run my knife through it a little bit more at the end, but we want to get most of the slicing done right here, and that compacting the herbs really helps with slicing. You can feel it with your knife. We're just shredding it. So what kind of steak should you use for Steak Diane? That is totally up to you. I think most commonly you're gonna see it made with filet mignon. A little bit of an overrated cut if you ask me. Today I found some New York strip that I love the look of, so we're gonna use that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just pound these out a little bit. That's a common thing for Steak Diane. I'm just using a rolling pin here. Keep looking at them as you're doing this to make sure you're not damaging it too much. Today we are using some of my famous homemade rosemary salt, something you all love so much. I'll put a link to that video and recipe in the corner right now if you want to check it out. So from a distance, we'll just season up our steaks. And Sergeant Gilbert reporting for duty. That's just black pepper, and I like to go a little bit finely ground here with it. And then we're gonna repeat this process on both sides of the steak. I've got a pan here over high heat for about 5 minutes. It's starting to smoke a little bit. Now we add the oil and then we start cooking. I'm just doing a little bit of avocado oil. You could use a different kind of high smoke point oil, but avocado is my preferred. We'll let that heat up for about 30 seconds, nice and smoky, and then we'll add our steak. Okay, and then when you're laying in a steak, you always wanna lay away, right? Protect yourself. Just about 2.5 minutes, we're gonna flip these over. We've got a nice, beautiful crust here. Go ahead and remove those now, and we're gonna let them rest right here. Oh God, oh my God. The steaks have just been resting there for about 8 minutes. They're rare, and we're just gonna finish them off by turning this pan back on low heat. I'm gonna put in about a tablespoon of butter. We're gonna wait for that butter to foam and bubble. Once that butter is nice and foamy, we're gonna drop our steak back in, pan back. We'll just begin basting our steaks. And I'm gonna baste these for a couple minutes until they hit about 125 internal. We'll pull them off, give them another little rest, and they're good to go. I'm using that same pan because we have now beef fat mixed with that oil. A lot of flavor to start with to finish this dish, right? So we're gonna build a pan sauce with all our ingredients right out of here. So medium-high heat on the pan. Let's add our mushrooms. Just toss them in this oil a little bit and just keep that heat high and keep cooking them down. I'm just gonna season them a little bit. We wanna be really careful with the salt here and putting too much too early. There's a lot of salty ingredients in here. I'm gonna use a little Sergeant Gilbert. All right, so after about 5 minutes here, I got some nice color on my mushrooms. I'm gonna go ahead and add the shallots, toss these in.
Smell good?
All right, just 2 minutes on the shallots. Now we're at our garlic, and we'll just cook the garlic here for about 1.5 minutes, just till it's nice and fragrant. Now that little bit of thyme going in, just cook the thyme 30 seconds or less. Now what's traditional is using cognac, but if you can't find cognac, which I couldn't today, brandy is gonna be your best alternative. If you can't find brandy, whiskey would be your third option. Just a couple tablespoons going in. Watch out. Flambe. Going in with my beef stock. Now, I asked the country of England how to pronounce it. I got this. You're gonna be proud of me, UK. Listen to this. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Straight in with that. Anchovy water. Next up, a little bit of Dijon mustard for a kick. Not much, about 2 teaspoons. Work that in. This liquid has reduced by about half. It's already starting to thicken up quite a lot. It's really rich, as you can see. At this point, we're gonna reduce that heat to low, and we're gonna start working in little cubes of cold unsalted butter, just bit by bit. You don't wanna put too much at once. Just gently shake the pan and let that butter emulsify into the sauce. You could finish it with cream if you want, but the ultra traditional way is to just use butter, and I have no problems with it. And just repeat that process until it's all worked in. Kill the heat, and we're gonna add our parsley and our chives, and just let those steep in the sauce, and we're good to go. Let's lay down our steak, and then it is just as simple as spooning out some of these beautiful ingredients right onto the steak, followed by some of that glorious sauce. Oh yeah. All right, our steak Diane is complete. It's time to give it a taste. You know the drill. Here we go. I'm just gonna slice this thing in half. Let's take a look at it. Yes, my friends, a perfect medium rare, as you can see. Okay, here we go. I'm going back in. Ain't nobody stopping me. Now, my friends, I have to introduce you to Marcus. He is the man holding the camera, right-hand man, got it. He is the Manny to my Nick. The Manny to Nick, you know what I'm talking about, all right? Here you go, hand me that camera. Marcus is gonna taste. Get in there, Marcus.
Getting in there.
Get in there, my man. Oh, look at that. That's a happy face. All right, now let's go get the fridge. I didn't think I was gonna kick it over. Well, my friends, I hope you learned something today. Thank you for joining me, and as always, drop a like, leave a comment if you so wish, and turn on notifications if you wanna be a psycho. And until next time, my sweet friends, you know I love you the most.